Alright, here we are. And this is the transmission that is currently on the Ultima right now. So, inside the transmission we have a few solenoids that will engage certain gears and all that awesome stuff. Depending on what gear you select, it will determine which solenoid will engage to allow fluid to essentially put itself into different gears. So, what I've done here is, I have a battery, as you can see. I have the negative connected, and it's actually grounding the transmission, and I have a positive here, so this is the other end. So what I'm going to do here is connect the positive, and on these particular solenoids, let's see if you can see them here with this horrible lighting. So this is the transmission connector, and you can see those pins. So each pin, of course, does mean something, and as we're looking at it here, the pin on the upper right hand corner would be solenoid B. On the second down on the right hand side would be solenoid A. Those ones are the most important ones. So, that being said, shit. Of course, I have horrible lighting. What's up, baby girl? Hang on real quick. Put my headlight back on. And we're back in business. Reconnect positive. Alrighty. So let's just hope that this angle is getting a decent shot. So like I said earlier, the pin on the upper right hand corner, number one pin on the right side, is solenoid B. When I touch this particular wire that's in my hand to that pin, you should hear it click. And that would be the solenoid engaging. Kind of hard to hear, but solenoid B is clicking and engaging. Solenoid A, which would be pin number 2 on the right hand side, again should click, but we'll see what happens. We get absolutely no clicking, which means solenoid A is not engaging. That will cause your gears not to engage. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect my battery. So that right there is the reason why this transmission is having issues. The solenoids aren't engaging, aren't allowing the gears to kick into gear. So we'll go ahead, plug this connector back in, and remove my ground. And that's pretty much it for your particular transmission. That's why this fella is not working. That is the bad news. It's also good news because we actually figured out what's wrong with the transmission. The good news on the junkyard transmission, well, as you see, it's hanging here high in the sky. Hopefully my light will kick on. As you can see here, literally is the exact same connector and everything. Here we go. Hold it steady. You could see the pins as well. So on this particular fella, we get the exact same outcome as what we got on the transmission in your car. The upper right hand, let me get a pointing device. So here we go here. Pin 1 again, which is solenoid B, does engage. Pin number 2, which is solenoid A, does not engage. So the exact same problem that is going on with the transmission on the Altima is, guess what? The exact same problem that's on the transmission that you grabbed from the junkyard. That is really crappy because this transmission needs to go back to the junkyard. But again, good news, bad news. Good news is I didn't swap the transmission, and we didn't find out the hard way that this transmission is not going to work. Good news is we found out the problem before we put the transmission in. So I will be sending you a link to this particular video. That way, hopefully it'll help explain on what's going on, and we can go from there. You know what? We can actually do the same test with the awesome battery. It's a freaking mess over here. Same concept. See, I cleaned off the housing to get a good solid ground, and we engage that fella. We have hot in my hand. We're essentially going to go through the exact same process. Here we go. Now we're steady. Here we go. So again, solenoid B, which be upper right hand corner. Hopefully you can see it from here. We'll get a, how about that one? This one's a lot louder because they drained the transmission fluid. Solenoid B is connecting and engaging perfectly fine. The solenoid A, which is second pin down, as you can see, that makes no sound. Solenoid A is shot as well. Again, solenoid B, good. Transmission control, or sorry, torque converter. Hopefully you can hear that fella. Again, solenoid A, no go. Solenoid B, good to go. I disconnect my positive. So again, these transmissions, the one that's hanging right here, the one you grabbed from the junkyard, is absolutely same problem as what you have going on with your Altima. Again, I'll send you a link, and that way it'll help explain. Cool. All right, bye.